Hi my friends, I'm Corey and I'm here today with the Swinny Switch effect. I'm going to try to do a floss tube. I'm going to tell you up front, I don't have all my ducks in a row. I don't have my T's crossed, my I's dotted. But I knew if I kept on waiting until everything was perfect, I'd probably never get this done. So I'm going to do my floss tube my way, which is probably pretty haphazard. The disorderly stitcher has already stolen my name, so no, she didn't steal it. It's a perfect name for me, but she got it. So anyway, I'm going to go through, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my journey of stitching. I learned to stitch when I was a young girl, probably 9, 10, 11, and I did some projects, a few projects over the years. When I was in my 20s, I really did some projects. I have a lot of, I can't get back into that part of the craft room where I have more of my stuff, but I did find a little bit, which I'll go over a little bit of those and show you what I did years ago. They're just little somethings that I have, and I'll show those when I'm at the end of this video. My plan for this video is to show you what I've been doing. I quit stitching probably about the time my son was born. I did do a cross stitch, one of those padded quilted blankets that had stamped cross stitch on it. I did that for my son when he was a baby. I did that one. I should have brought that one. I didn't think about it. There's several things that are not here that I forgot to bring, and that's one of them. On that one, what I did was I took that blanket apart, sewed it, and then quilted it back together. And that's how I dealt with that one. It was a Noah's Ark blanket. Anyway, and so because of having him, the kind of cross stitch just kind of got put away. And I said I wasn't ever going to do it again because because I make a lot of mistakes. I've come to accept that that's part of it. That's part of the stitching. And so, yeah, I can get frustrated still, but I realize that for me, that's part of the game. And so I can handle it better now. What I'm going to do is I'll go through what I've done here. I started counted cross stitching. This video is going to be mostly counted stitching. I'll do another one of my stamped cross stitch after this. I started stitching, kind of dipped my toes into counted cross stitching last January, so it's been a little more than a year, and I started doing a few things then, and sadly some of that stuff isn't here today either that I finished. I pulled some of that out and left it, but who knows, I may find it when I go through the stamped cross stitch stuff. That may be where that is. But so what I'm going to do is just go through. They're not in any order. Most of what I have started that is in here was in December of this year. I just, as you know, I've been doing mostly stamped cross stitch, and I just all of a sudden the counted stitch has just took over. And that's part of the reason why I haven't been doing videos, is I haven't been doing any stamped cross stitching. And I don't feel like I'm really a floss tuber, but that's kind of the way you go when you're doing kind of cross stitch. So we'll get into that. I'm going to start with the empty bag. I have one extra bag. I have some of my kits in this. I'm going to be changing them over to bags like this because I don't need a bag this big for most of this stuff, but my stamped kits do need them, so I will probably be switching these out at some point. I'm going to go over my regular size stitching, and then I have another box over there. I'll put a picture of here of everything that has to do with cross stitch that I have here. I'm house sitting at my sister's house, so that's why I don't have stuff with me. I guess I should have said that, huh? Anyway, this box back here on top is counted cross stitch, my kits and my fabric of stuff I haven't started yet. So I'm gonna dive in here. Like I said, they're no particular order, mostly Christmas, because like I said, it was December, and actually, you know, that's what I like to stitch, is Christmas. So this one is Shannon Christine, called Ding Dong. It has a little cat right there, waiting for the birds to come out. It's Shannon Christine design. I have this on 16 count, I believe. And that's another thing. That's why I don't do it, because I don't remember. I don't make notes. I'm horrible. But this is what I've done so far. I'm going to pause it because I have written down my counts on most of this stuff. Okay, so this is Ding Dong. I've done 25.62% of this one. This one's not really big. This one has 1,905 stitches on it, and I've done 488. I'll put that back in here. The next one I have is by Erin Elizabeth, and it's called Frosty Nights. I haven't done very much on this one. I've dyed the fabric, and I'm not happy with the color combination. I'm hoping that when it gets filled up, it'll be better, but it's a little more blue than gray, and I have not been successful with my dyeing of fabrics. This one I've done 3.74%. I've done 397 stitches on it out of 10,617. So this one's going to be kind of, I hope it's big enough now that I'm looking at this. But I think I did that kind of bigger. I can't believe I wouldn't. Anyway, so that's my Erin Elizabeth Frosty Nights. Just throw these on the floor is what I'm going to do. This one is Merry Christmas by, it's a Soda Stitch design over on Etsy, and I'm enjoying this one. This one's fun to stitch. I don't have my hoop on, but I still have my cable ties on. This is what I've done so far. And I'm really sorry. I meant to have this really all planned out, and I don't. Maybe I'll just pause and do it. Okay, this is a Merry Christmas from Soda Stitch Design, and I've done 728 out of 4,535, so I'm at 16% on this one. And again, I know sometimes that's the picture. I may have to flip this because it's showing backwards. The other thing I know is when I do the camera this way, the sound is not good. I don't know what that has to do with the sound. Hopefully I don't have to do a voiceover, but I have to be able to see what you're seeing, so that's, I hope it works. So, and that little case, these I got from Hobby Lobby, these containers. This one has a gnome on it and some flowers, so I'll need to take out this one. This one is from Etsy as well. It's called Snowman with a Christmas Tree. And Ava over at Stitching in the Inner Lake did a giveaway where she bought a pattern for somebody. And this is a pattern that person chose, and so of course I had to go get it. It's so adorable. I'm almost finished with this one. If I can find, Okay, this is one that when it went into Pattern Keeper, it went in twice, and I couldn't figure out easily how to fix that, so I just went with it. So it says I have 46%, so I probably have 90%, somewhere around there, 90% done of it. But so this one, if this is another one that I got close to finishing it. For some reason I don't want to work on it anymore, and I don't know why. I don't just want to finish it. But he's adorable, I think. So adorable. I don't have dates of when I started stuff. Some of them I do, and I can go find it, but I can't keep records, guys. I'll do diligence, and then I won't. Okay, this one is Stitching Jules design. It's called Haunted House, and I've done. Oh, it's not marked in here. It is in Pattern Keeper. I don't know why it's not marked. I must have it in there twice. But this one is a pretty big piece. It's called Haunted House. This is what it's supposed to look like. She does a lot of monochrome. She also does others as well. If you want to join her Patreon, you get one free pattern from her a month, and sometimes she'll give you an extra one, like at Christmas and New Year's. She said, hey, you can have an extra pattern this time. And the Patreon is, it's not very much. So I'd like to support her, and I think she does some cute patterns. What she does is she gets patterns that aren't, that, by the way, that is on, I think that's on 25 count. Ada. Most of my stuff is on Ada. I haven't had much luck with anything else. Anyway, go check out her channel, and she has the information there for her Patreon account. Let me see if I have it in here somewhere else that has the count actual on it. Oh, here we go. Okay, I've got 10%, 9.85% on that one. I need to fix that. Okay, this one is Snowy Day. This is another Shannon Christine. Can you tell I like her? This is what it looks like. But at the end, in the pattern, it has different conversions that you can do. And since my fabric is that color, I'm going to do the pink conversion. And this is a rather large piece. And so I've done all the way across the top. All this, I don't know if you can see. I've done all that lace across the top, so I'm about here. And I'm going to convert it to the pinks that they have in the conversion chart. I think I maybe am going to just pause this and put them all together in there, because you shouldn't have to wait for me to find all this stuff again. Okay, Snowy Day, I have done 19.62%. Not bad. Probably the most progress I've had on anything except to that snowman. This is another fabric that I dyed, and I wanted it to be lighter, and I just didn't get it out in time. Shannon Christine, Erin Elizabeth, they're just so fun to stitch, and they're cute. And I don't know what it is about stitching them, but it's not complicated or anything. It's just kind of easy to do. And this is a Temperature Cottages. Let's see if I have it. Yes. I haven't done very much on this one. In fact, I don't even have it marked in there. Not feeling the joy on this one at all. I started off with a lot of mistakes, and so that kind of ruined it. I kept having, I'd start and stop, and you have to pick stuff out. So I've got the roof on January, February. I started doing the temperatures on January, and then I decided I just wanted to wait till January was over and then just do it all at once. And it's the end of February, and I still haven't worked on it. I do want to do it. I think it's cute. But I'd say I've done 0.5% on that. Yeah, when you mess up on some of these projects, it's not the project's fault, but it makes you hate them. This is one I haven't started yet, but I plan to. A Shannon costume called Christmas Barn. And oh, this is another one. I don't know, because it's in here, I'll go ahead and show it to you. This one I almost started, but I didn't have the fabric, is why it's here. It's called Seaside Sampler by Durian Jones. And this is, I got this on Etsy as well. The Shannon Christine, some of them are, I can't remember, some of them are Etsy, but some of them are from her website. This one is, I don't have, this one is in Pattern Keeper, and I just started it. This is on Belfast linen. I don't enjoy working on stuff like that. It's a microscopic count, but I thought this fabric is perfect for this. It's Silver Creek sampler, and it's called, I believe it's called Christmas Wish List is what it's called. And that is all I've got on it. It's kind of starting on the border across the top, and it's going to have little Christmas lights hanging down from here. And I'm just trying to navigate. I couldn't even mark it because I like to mark it, but I couldn't even figure out how to mark it because it, again, here I'll take it out so you can see it. It's just, I don't know why it's so hard for me to understand it. It's one strand over two. Just about everything else I've done is two strands over one. But anyway, I just think this is adorable, and I thought this fabric was perfect. And so that's where we are on that. I still haven't got my working copy of this, which I need to do so I can mark it. But I think this one will be fairly easy to do without Pattern Keeper, which a lot of my projects, the reason I don't work on them is because they're not in Pattern Keeper. So I think I got that one straight from Silver Creek Sampler. If not, I got it from 123 Stitch. If you guys have questions about any of these, just let me know, because I can find it out for you. I don't necessarily know off the top of my head. This is another Shannon Christine. It's called Happy Holidays. I don't have very much on it. This is a fabric. It's very stiff. I think it came from Temu. This was a gift from Christina, sent me this. And as you can see, when I hold it up like that, you can see the holes and everything. That's pretty much how you have to work on this, is you have to hold it up to the light. But I kind of like having that stiff fabric, because by having that, I don't know, I feel like the stiff fabric makes your stitches look neater. Happy Holidays, I've gotten 8.91% done on it out of 4,715 stitches. Are we having fun yet? This is another Shannon Christine called Christmas Manor. I'm working in the tree area. You'd think I'd have it memorized where this stuff was by now, right? Okay, I'm looking way back where it shouldn't be, because this was one of my newer patterns. Oh, it's right there. Okay. So I'm working, I've been starting at the top left corner. This is another one where I absolutely hate the color of this fabric that I dyed. I wanted it to be a light tan, and it's almost a pink tan. I've done 536 stitches, which is 6.68% on this one. I'm finding I really do like to start projects. I don't know what it is about it, but I've been enabled by my friends that are also starting these projects. This one is another soda stitch. This is from Becky's, the one that got me onto soda stitch. From Becky's Crafting Madness. I'll link her below. And this is Snowman Delivery. I just think this one still gives me a chuckle every time I pull it out. It's the gnomes delivering a snowman. This is the picture. It has 147 stitches by 88 stitches, and I've done some of it. And these little gnomes are so fun to work on. I don't know what it is about them. I've done 36% of that one, which makes sense. I've completely finished the first section, so there's 3. So that makes sense. You can't hardly see the white here yet. But, so that's Snowman Delivery. I haven't started any of the other ones, but they have a Christmas tree delivery. They have a sewing supplies delivery, and they're all adorable. I have the patterns, but I haven't started yet. Okay, this one, I mean, I'm embarrassed to even show you guys. This one is my son wants me to do it for one of his friends. He promised me his friend will laugh. I decided it's a lot of work for a joke. But let me see if I can find it. But I think I'm about half done. Y'all see the top of my head. Oh, come on. Okay. I have done 36% of it. I thought I was more further along than that. And it's like a little wreath. I'm not even crazy about the colors. The fabric on this, I can't remember where I got it, but it's really cheap fabric. And it's not exactly square. The Ada isn't exactly square. So even though this is supposed to be an oval, it's a round, it's going to be a bit oval. But it's just as for a joke. And so I'm not going to do it. And this one came from Soda Stitch as well. My son even is the one that found this, okay? So this is it. It is 118 stitches by 118 stitches. And they just moved into a new apartment, and my son thought that they should have this. Two of his best friends actually got married to each other because he introduced them. So, anyway, okay. This one is, I don't think I can mark this one in Pattern Keeper, so I'm not even going to look it up. This is a free pattern that I got from Hirschner's. You can, I think it's still up there. Last time I looked, it was still up there. And it's called The Pedigree of Honey. If I can find the page, cover page. It's The Pedigree of Honey. And because it's not on Pattern Keeper, it's an easy one to stitch, but it's not on Pattern Keeper. So this is how much I've gotten done of it. Let's see. It says, the pedigree of honey does not concern the bee. The clover anytime to him is aristocracy. So anyway, I thought that was going to be a fun stitch. I'm into bees. If you haven't noticed, I'm into bees. I'm into a lot of things, but bees is one of them. This one I actually do have the threads with it. I have started doing a master set. I have all my flosses, floss drops beside me when I stitch, so I don't have to kit up for all those kits. I just pull it out, and the floss is all there, and I have a good ample supply of backup for some of the colors, and so I started this before I started that, doing it that way. When I first heard, I think it was a Ginger Stitcher that I heard he did it, and I said, that's nuts. There's no way I would do that, and here I am. I'm loving it. I wouldn't do it any other way. The only problem is if you want to take it with you, a project with you, then you'll have to pull your threads. But what I usually do in that case is I just take a stamp cross stitch kit that already has its threads there. This one is a small little kit that I got from Hobby Lobby. I was going really good on it, but I got off somewhere, and so I haven't gone back to it to try to fix it. It is kind of fun doing it on there, and I even have it on my little floss drops. And that one, I cannot tell you a percentage on that one. A lot of the kits that I do have were from Hobby Lobby when they had their, it's about the time, getting close to the time of year they did it last year, so I want to keep checking. They had their kits so cheap. This one is from Alforce Embroidery. Alforce Embroidery has a lot of patterns that I like. It's called Turtle Quaker. I am at 5.26% on the Turtle Quaker. And I just finished this turtle. I started to do, there's a bunch of little turtles across the top, but I wanted to get into the meat of the turtles. So anyway, that's that one. This one is fun to work on, but when I did this turtle, I was making a lot of mistakes. I think it was mostly because my head wasn't in it. Some days are like that. But I was determined to finish that turtle before I quit. So you'll see some more from Alforce Embroidery. They have one, their sale that they did last year, I really want to do. But I haven't gotten the fabric for that Treasure Island sampler. I really, really want to do that one. I got the pattern. Okay, this one is from my bobbin. It's called the Golden Lamb. My bobbin has a lot of downloadable patterns that are cute, and they're pretty affordable. This is kind of the blown up picture of it. This one's called the Golden Lamb, and I couldn't, if I knew the name, I couldn't pronounce it for you. Because it's a foreign name to me. And I've done 14.93% on this one. This is one that I have had a trouble with my counting, but I think we're on track. I tended to fudge on this one rather than fix. If I can fudge, I fix it by fudging. That's how I do it. So it doesn't even really look like a lamb yet, but it's cute. I thought that lamb was so cute. And they also have a white one that I haven't started, a white lamb. It's a little different. It's not the exact same image, but it's that type of lamb. That's also adorable. This one has a lot of half stitches, quarter stitches, and I am not going to do them. I'm going to, when I come to them, I'll decide exactly how I want to do that stitch. But I'm not going to do them. I'm either going to put a full stitch, no stitch, or back stitch. There's also a lot of back stitch. I will do the back stitching on that. We will need it. But I decided life's too short to mess with that crap. I hear on the 32 count, 28 count, the other fibers that aren't aided, that those partial stitches are easier. But I'm not going to stitch on that fabric much anyway. This one is from Stitchrovia. It's called Sweet Bee. See if I can find it. Okay, I can. This one I've done 10%, 10.3%. This is another one of those that if I would do it because I like it. I really like bees, the bee stuff, but it has partial stitches that I've just decided I'm not going to do. Part of it is, this is a blended color. It has the two different colors, and then it has the blended colors, and then it has half stitches of each of the different two colors that are also blended. I'm like, the heck with that. You can't even hardly tell the difference anyways. So I decide when I come to the stitch what color it's going to be. So I hope it turns out. There'll be a lot of back stitching on this one as well, but I'm not doing the quarter and half stitches on this one. Yeah, see, like even the words are going to need back stitching before you can read the words on there. It says the hive, as sweet as a bee, as sweet as can be. Oh, and Stitchrovia is on Etsy. I'm trying to remember to tell you these things. I truly am. Okay, this one is a sale that Becky got me into as well. It's on Etsy, but it's the Stitching Book Club. And once you get a pattern from them, you can get on their email list. They're doing, I think they're doing, I can't remember if they're doing Pride and Prejudice now or if that was a past one. But I think they've got another one going already. But this is Anne of Green Gables. I was staying up on the first half. I was really close to being finished with that. And I was just waiting until the rest of it came out. Well, I ended up waiting till, now they're all out, but I've still only done the first third. Let's see what Pattern Keeper says I've done. If I can find it, that one's way up at the top. Pattern Keeper says I've done 90%, but that's because it's only 90% of the first batch. So I think it's safe to say it's close to 30%. This is another one that I have my floss here with it because I hadn't started my new way of doing it. Got lots of threads here. And I even got some needle in here. That's actually, I'm going to leave those out. I needed those earlier. Okay. this one, and I really am looking forward to finishing it. So, like I said, that's about 30%. You can, I don't know if it's still available on Etsy or not. I think it would be, because I think they have the older ones up there. So that's Etsy. And back then, when I first started doing counted cross stitch, I think this was like in, I think it was in September, because it was when I was house sitting last September, that I got into this. I can't remember what, oh, I was printing out the patterns as well. I don't do that anymore. I only print the first page because it's a pattern keeper. I don't really need it all. Unless we have a solar flare again. I don't know. So that's my Anna Green Gables. I'm thinking I have around 30, which as far as some of these Flosstubers go, that's a drop in the bucket. Okay, this is one that I started back in January of 2023. And you guys that have watched me have seen me working on this. It's from Le Petit, which is a French company that they have the downloads. And hopefully I can bring that up real quick. This is one that went into Pattern Keeper, but something's not right with it, but I'm able to work in it okay. It helps, I can keep track of my stitches. This one might be just on my phone. Maybe I haven't worked it on here from my tablet. Because this was way back when I first started doing it. So yeah, I don't think this is on my tablet. I have to look on my phone, which is how I'm recording. So there's 9 boxes, and I'm not through with the first one. So I'm not even a 10th of the way. But I think these are so cute. It's getting easier. This was hard for me to do because this is on gridded magic 25 count. It's getting easier for me to do the smaller print, the smaller counts. When I say smaller count, I mean the microscopic ones, okay? It is getting easier. The more I work with them, the better I'm able to work with them. But I so much enjoy, I think 16 count is my go-to. That's what I like. Becky sent me a bunch of 16 count and fabric, and so I'm doing a lot of these on 16 count. And I think that's kind of a nice size. It's still small to get, I don't know how to explain it. It's not that much more difficult than doing 14 count. But it makes everything a little bit smaller, and I like that. I think the translation for this is Christmas teapots, but that's what I've named it. Okay. And see, I can see now that what happened was I had my basket turned around and I had meant to start from the other end. But that's how it went, so we're going to continue with it. This is another Owl Forest. It's called Best of Birds. And I really do like these Quakers, the Quaker type. I don't know if this is really a Quaker, but I kind of like the samplers. They are easier to do than the full coverage type patterns are. This is another one. I don't like the way my fabric dyed, but I'm going with it. That's all I've gotten done for my festive birds. and I've done 4.47% on that one. Becky told me about these bags. If you guys are interested, I can tell you they're a little bit bigger than the gallon size Ziploc bags, and they're cheap. They're not, I actually think they're cheaper than the gallon size bags are. But I don't know. Okay, this is an Advent calendar we did as a stitch along with over at Stitching in the Inner Lake with Ava. I didn't have a picture. They don't have a picture with their patterns on this Etsy. So I just did a mock-up. Let's see. This one did go in a pattern keeper as well. And I am at 29.7%. I did not realize I was that far along. But I'm liking how this one is turning out. I didn't really like the way I dyed the fabric either on this one either, but I think it's going to work just fine. It kind of has more of a purple hue to it than I would like, but when you just look at it, I think it's going to be fine. If you notice all these little needle minders I got from Becky, her daughter has a Etsy shop where she sells patterns, and she's gonna quit. I think she's gonna quit selling the needle minders, so you might want to go check them out, see if they have any left, and check out some of her patterns. This one is from Little Dove Designs, and I love ocean themes as well. Seaside type thing. This is called Life on the Ocean Wave. Little Dove Designs, I think I said that. And this is on Etsy as well. This one has been fun to work on. I've got it, I think this is a Charles Craft Ada that I got when they had the Hobby Lobby big sale. I'm sorry, guys. I know it's in here. Probably what I need to do is take all the ones I'm not actually working on. That would help. Okay, I've done 8.67% on this one. I've gone all the way across. And this one, it's easy. This one's easy. I don't know why I quit, because it's easy. This is called Christmas Snow Fun. It's a Shannon Christie. Has anybody counted how many Shannon Christine I have? And I've got more. I want to start. On this one, I've only done 15%. This is also fabric I dyed. And on Ada. I believe that's 14 count. All that time I spent, and I gotta do it all over again. I got enabled by Stitching Mommy. I wanted to start with February. I had February, but I decided I've been be smart for me to just start with March. Maybe, just maybe I can finish it in March. It's called Cats and Hearts by Kitty Me Designs on Etsy. And she has one of these for every month of the year. And that's how far I've gotten. This is probably close to the last one I have in here because I recently bought it and it's not. You know what? This is one that is a paper pattern. It doesn't go into Pattern Keeper. I remember. So I'm marking on my paper. I have a working copy of it. So I have no way of knowing how much, maybe a quarter of the way done on this one. So these are so adorable, and I'd like to think I want to do them all, but I sure would like to find a way to get them in Pattern Keeper. Because of the nature of how it is, it's close colors. It would just be so much easier. Like there's like 4 different greens in there, you know, and it would just be easier to have it on Pattern Keeper. I want to get them all. I think somewhere around $7 is for one. You can get the whole set for $90. That ain't gonna happen. Okay, and this is the last one I've started, and this is a Dimensions kit. This was one I started probably before Christmas. I have one similar to this, but not like this, on stamped cross stitch. On the other one, the puppies are on the side of the truck instead of behind the truck. But I don't like doing Dimensions kits. I don't know how much I'll ever do on it. You can't even hardly see it, so I'll show you up close. That's what I've done so far. I had to grid my pattern. I had to grid my fabric. They have theirs on these things that I don't like. But, but this is the second, I think it's the second Dimensions pattern I've done. See, there's one missing already, I can tell, that it didn't make it in here. I have some teacups of Dimensions. So there's still more. I thought I had them all. I'm sorry. But maybe we'll find it yet. Maybe we'll find it yet. I'll go do a mad dash and look real quick. It's probably in that one over there. I think I can take it. Okay, these are a couple of my finishes. I haven't done very many more finishes, but there still are a couple around that I finished that I didn't bring with me. I was trying to remember everything to get, but of course I can't. This is the one that I finished before Christmas, actually, and it's called String of Lights. And this was in a pattern, but I put the year down there at the bottom, 2023. This one was really easy and fun and quick. And I believe it came from Etsy. But anyway, so that was fun. This is one that was from My Bobbin, and it's Texas postage stamps. I've got a bunch of postage stamp patterns that are from different. I have a nautical one. I have bees. Anyway, I don't know why. I think they're cute. They're fun. They took a little bit longer to do than I thought they would. This is on the stiff fabric I got from Etsy. I never really liked it because it was too stiff and too thick for me to enjoy, but I did it. So those are some of my finishes, and we'll get to the other container over here has my full coverages in it. We'll just grab them as they come. I should have bought one more of those baskets so I'd have something to move them to. This one is Heaven and Earth Design Astrological Cat that I am doing. I joined that challenge that Heaven and Earth Designs had before Christmas. If you chose, they made some mini patterns and you could choose one. And if you finish 4 pages of it, you can have all the patterns that there were to choose from for this owl. I think there's 9 or 10 other patterns. So if I finish 4 pages, I can get all those patterns. If I do finish the whole project by the end of the year, I can choose 2 patterns from their website. And so I don't care to win. As much work as it is to do that, it's easier to come up with $20 than to finish this. So, but this is the one I chose, Astrological Cat. And I go in spurts on this where I'm really dedicated to it. Right now I am not. This is on 16 counts. It's gridded, but I also grid with my friction pins because the gray, when I get any, it doesn't even need to be right next to the line. If I get any stitches in it, I can't see the gray line anymore. And so I go ahead and grid it with the friction pin as well. And I am at 19.12%. I believe that's just of the portion that they've sent us so far. So I'm only about 1/5 of the way through what I need to have done by April when they drop, they do the second drop for the pattern. And so, anyway, I'm trying to, I've been watching Shalene over at, I can't remember what I think it's Shalene's Crafting Room. I'll try to put links from the people that I mentioned. And if I forget, you guys ask. Okay, there's, she does a 10 by 10 square, and that's it. She doesn't go any further. She just does 100 stitches, and or she might do 200, 2 squares, but that's it. She doesn't go anywhere with her thread. She said maybe once in a while she'll go, if there's something right next to it, she'll put it there. But I want to start doing that because I found when you can see I'm trying to fill it in, but I'm not sure it's going to be filled in right because when I get into this mess, I can't tell what's what. I'm going to admit it. I'm just totally dumb when it comes to this. I can't figure out where I am and what color is supposed to be where. So I'm going to have to go to the block by block stitching. And I didn't finish this block. That's what I was working on last. And I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to do when I come back to this is I'm trying to fill in a few of these scattered holes, and then I work on a block to help me get it converted over to just block by block stitching. And I'm going to do that with all of my patterns because it's so tempting when I have that thread to just go somewhere else and put it. I wish I could do it that way. It seems like it's easier to do it that way, but it's not easier in the long run because when I come back to it, I don't know what's what. So I'm going to start doing that way. I have found for some of my larger patterns, you get bedding in these things, and so I've started just using them. They work. They hold some of these larger frames better. And so, I don't know how long they'll work, but that's what I've been doing. I'll just put it on top of that stack. Okay, this one is one I'm really loving doing. The Yorkshire Crafter got me onto this one. It's called Evergreen. It's a mini on Heaven and Earth Design. This one's fun because so far, who knows, I'm just barely into it. So far, the confetti's not too bad. And you can put a fair amount of stitches down in a square. There's confetti, I'm not gonna lie. But it's been more enjoyable for me. I've only got 1.3% done on it. Again, this is on my 16 count gridded. Thank you, Becky. And you can, when you're stitching it, you don't really see what's going on, but the leaves are starting to come out and all that. That's fun. I'm going to try and do this one like this. That's how Shalane does it. My rule is, if I'm going to park, there can only be 2 park threads in a square. I think I can deal with that, but I can't deal with a bunch of park threads. That just does not work. That is Mini Evergreen. That's by Tracy Butler, Heaven and Earth. That one's been fun. I love the colors. I love working on it. This one, this one makes me want to cry. This is my baby, and I really want, this is the first full coverage Heaven and Earth design pattern that I started. And it's Cat's Library. I just love that image. The bright, colorful, it's got the cats. I just love it. But every time I feel like I need to restart again. This is my first start. And this is microscopic count. I think it's 28 count. And I'm doing half cross. And as you can see, I tried to do some cross country. And like, I don't know what's going on up here. That's a bookmark, but I can't tell what's what. I'm having a hard time with it. So I decided to start over. Maybe I can convert this like I did the other one. I don't know. But I started again on 16 count. I wanted to try 20 count, but I never came up with the money for the fabric. So I'm doing this on the 16 count. I was still going to try to do a half stitch because I wanted to get it finished someday, but I'm not liking the coverage. I actually used 4 strands. I started using 3 strands. I did a sample of this with 2 strands. Look at that. It worked. I thought, okay, I can do 2 strands. So I came down here and I worked on it. It didn't work. So I went to 4 strands for the black, which you can see down here. I started doing that. And I'm doing 3 strands for everything else. Which I might just do 4 strands for everything because it's easier to do. I could still do the loop if I do 4 strands. So, but then I'm starting to double think that. I'm thinking, maybe I do want to do full cross. I feel like I want to do a full cross. I think I'll be happier if I do a full cross. Even though the half cross would be quicker. Like I said, I'm at 1%. If I'm going to change, I need to change now. I don't think I can do full cross over those 4 strands of, like, I can't fix those 4 strands over 1. It would be too bulky. So I think it would have to be a new start, or I need to just start doing full cross and deal with that part later. What's going to happen is I'll probably be on hold for a while till I decide what I'm going to do with it. But like I said, I love it. Isn't that just darling? Darling, darling. I guess that's what happens when you get your first. You do your first, when you start your first. I'm scared all this stuff's going to fall over into the cat water dish over there. This is one, I showed it to my son and he said, yes, yes. So he wants me to do this one. It's from Artisy. It's Apollo 11. Because I started this about the same time I started the Heaven and Earth design, I was happy to just start on a black sky so I wouldn't have to worry about confetti or anything like that. And pretty soon I'm going to run out of black sky and have to do some serious work. But so far I've gotten 10.47% done on this one. But again, with that black, I'm not happy with the coverage. I'm doing 2/2 full cross. No, 2/1 full cross. But I'm hoping that just looks like a starry night. And I don't think I'm going to change. I don't think I'm going to change it. I think I'm just going to go on with it. And again, I'll show you again. Apollo 11. He loves this. He's so into everything about space. And he loves to hear the history. He's read all the biographies and books by the astronauts, you know, hearing their stories and stuff. He's just really into it and fascinated by it. And when he saw that, he's like, oh, Mom, yes, yes, yes. I left this out of Cat's library. Okay. So that's my Apollo 11. I was going to try to have that for him for his birthday or Christmas. Both are in December. But reality has stepped in that probably everything else will have to go to the side if I did that. And I'm not... I want to do some of this other stuff. I don't think I can devote enough time to it to make it work. So he's gonna have to wait a couple years on that one. This one's been fun. This is my Train of Dreams. I've been doing this one on 16 count. I'm doing my gridding on it. It's a Randall Spangler mini Train of Dreams. And this is another one of those where I started cross country, and I'm gonna try to get it into blocks, just so I can, you know, make better sense of it. This one's a little easier since it's bigger, but once you start filling in, the grids don't help you a whole lot, and so that's a little secret nobody ever tells you. I am just totally amazed at these people that do full coverage, completely full country. I don't have enough confidence in that at all. No, and they have no graph. They have this blank, no graph background, and they've got stuff filled here, and filled here, and filled here. I'd be scared to death. I'd get over here and find out I'm 10 blocks off. And then what do? A lot of picking. So that's my Train of Dreams, and that wraps up my works in progress that I found here. This is what I found, my old stuff. I'll kind of pull it out and look at it with you. I don't remember what's in here. See what we can find. That's the bears. I honestly don't remember doing this. I don't know. Maybe I can't remember if I did or didn't do it. But I don't know how I got it. This one is it's a glasses case. Definitely needs to be laundered. It's got H spots on it. Oh, it's upside down. It's a bunny rabbit. I don't, it's very dated, like, as in, I don't think I have a picture of it to show you other than the pattern. So I'll show it from way back here. It's kind of dated. Bunnies were a thing years ago, so I don't feel drawn to it. So I don't know what will ever happen to that. This one, oh, this one is I got from Mary Maxim. They had a whole bunch of these. I don't remember if the fabric came with it or if I cut the fabric. But I did some of these and I don't have them here. The ones I completed I don't have here. I just have blank. It's just blank Adas. But I would do these again, I think. The patterns on the back. Let's see. Welcome everyone. Country Kitchen. Coffee Time. Home Sweet Home. They're just little, let's see, they're about 40 by 50. Let's see, 10, 20, 30, 45. Yeah, they're about 45 by 50. Friends Are Forever. You can tell they're kind of dated, but they're still cute. Good Morning. God Bless Our Home. And you make these into magnets is what the intention is. And this is the one I know I've done. I did that one. Homemade is best. That was, I don't know whatever happened to that, but I did it. Let's see what else is in here. Oh. I took your silica. Bacilla. See if I did anything on it. Nope, I haven't started it. But I wrapped the threads. The threads are all wrapped onto bobbins. So that one might be worth pulling out and working on. I think it's cute. This is another one of those kits where there's a whole bunch of little ones in it that they make into like flour sacks. Oh, no. Oh, wrong thing. Oh, that's in here. Okay. I did do these. The honeydew list, and don't forget, I think I did the honeydew list, but not the... There's these bookmarks that I did not do, but the stuff is in here for that. Old and yellow ribbon. And I had these little flat cardboard cutouts that you can wrap it around. These are nice and yellowed. Anyway, there's, I guess the threads are in there too. And then they had a whole bunch of these, and I don't think they're all here. But they had these salt and old mill flour, and then they had a whole bunch of these. Like, I think I had like 6 or 7 or 8 of them. But that's all I got left. So, and this is what I made one of these for one of my best friends in high school, and then we went to college together. And I did, golly, I can't remember which one I did. They're Precious Moments. And last time I went to go visit her, she still had it on the wall. I think it was this one I did. Friends are the gift that heaven sends. I think that's the one I did. I can't remember. And then I did one for my niece. Anyway, I'm just reminiscing here at you guys' expense. Sorry. This one, it's got stains all over it. I don't know what it is, but see. Anyway, this one is God is Love, Precious Moments. I would like to finish that. And I think this is the one when I gave up stitching. This is the one where I messed up and I said, forget it. I'm not doing it. But it would be fun to go back and try to fix that one, I think. Anyway, I do like Precious Moments. So I'd like to finish that one. That's it for that. Okay. That's it for the stuff I'm working on. I'm going to continue the video and do one, I'm going to pause it. I think I'm going to need to delete a bunch of stuff on my phone so that I can record it some more. What I'm going to be doing next is I'm going to be showing you the kits that I haven't touched in there, and my teacup thing is probably in there. But if you're done watching, if you're here just to see what I'm working on, that's it. If you want to hang on for a bit and I'll show you some of the kits, there's not that many. Most of that's, I think it's fabric. But if you want to hang on, hang on. If not, it's good to see you. Thanks for dropping by. I hope you enjoyed it. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I know I'm not a very entertaining person, but I like to share what I'm doing, and I hope you enjoyed it. But hang on, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. It looks like my head's cut off. I wonder if it was cut off before. Oh, anyway. Okay. This is one of the kits I have that I'd like to start. It is a artiste kit. This is in the group that I got for really cheap. It's $29.99 regularly, and I got it for $7.49. And that is artiste fabric, bunch of fabric. See if there's any kits in here. No, and I don't have any exciting fabrics, so I'm not really going to show those to you. Okay, this is one that I got from Lynn over at Diamond Grandma. This little kit. And it has a frame and everything in it. Still haven't decided what I want to do with that one. More fabric. This is a little thing that I got on clearance at Hobby Lobby. It just says a stitch in time. This is, I have this one. It's from the Golden Collection of Dimension. It is a $49.99 kit that I got for $8.49. Let's see, it's going to be 15 inches by 10 inches. It's pretty. I just don't know if I want to do a dimension kit that's that big. This one is a Janlin, I think, yes, it's a Janlin. It's a 14 by 11. It's called Campfire. Fabric. Oh, this is so cute. This is a Dimensions kit. It doesn't have beads or anything in it. And I got this for Christmas from Daniel. And it's on perforated plastic. So I'm looking forward to working on that one. I wonder where my teacups are. It's gonna bother me now. I wonder if they somehow got mixed up in my counted my stamp cross stitch. It may be that I had gathered it up with my, because I know I gathered up another one that I completed that didn't make it here. Oh, here's, well, I'll show you this pattern. That I wanted to do that stitch along with the highway stitcher. It's the Jardin Privé, but I never got started on that one either. I think that one's going to be really big if I don't do it on a microscopic count. This is another one that was given to me. Hearts Come Home for Christmas. And this is a needlepoint, and it didn't come with a chart, and I can't tell what's what on here. I tried to start it, and I think I put a few stitches in, and I couldn't tell what's what. It's like, I could probably tell some of it, but I know I can't tell all of it, and so I don't know what to do about that one. I thought it was pretty, but I don't think I'll ever do it. It's too hard. This one, I robbed the fabric from it. Probably one of the ones I showed you. So I put a little note in here that I don't have the fabric anymore. Light blue 14 count fabric. And this is a Route 66 type picture. It's called, it's from Design Works. So anyway, and then this is one I bought just because I thought it was cute. It was only $3.99. It's just a little kit. And so those are my little kits that may or may not ever get stitched. I'm determined to find my teacups. It was a stack of teacups, Dimensions teacups that had a little bird on it, on the top. And I've gotten, I'm gonna guess 10%. I wonder if this is the fabric I took from that other one. I bet it is. Anyway, okay, so that's it for my little stitchiness, crazy dreams here. I owe a lot of gratitude to other people who have made all this possible. I you know, I need to do things on a very low budget, and so a lot of people have given me stuff that made this possible. They've given me fabric, they've given me thread, they've given me kits, and so it's been fun. I went down that kind of cross-stitch rabbit hole pretty quick, and I guess it kind of had a slow start, but once it grabbed hold, it grabbed hold. And so now I'm doing more kind of cross-stitching than I am doing the stamped cross-stitch. I still enjoy the stamped cross-stitch a lot when I've had a bad day, or, you know, I just need to do something where I don't need to think about it. I will pull out my stamped cross-stitch and work on it. I've got, I think one of my bins is patterns. So I think there's 4 bins for this size of my stamped cross-stitch. And if you want me to go through that with you, let me know and I'll do that. We'll do a parade on that. I'll show you the ones I've started and the ones I have to start. And we can do that as well. I hope you enjoyed it. I love showing my stuff. I feel like I'm not a professional stitcher, and I'm just learning. I guess I don't know. I don't feel like I really am a floss tuber, but I want to show what I'm doing, so I'm doing a floss tube. I want to thank you all for joining me, and I want you to take care and let me know if you want another one. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.